In 2010, Shanghai will embrace the World Expo, a wonderful opportunity for China and a grand gathering for the world. The World Expo is a large-scale, long-lasting, highly influential international exhibition in which a large number of countries and international organizations participate. The intergovernmental organization located in Paris, the Bureau International des Expositions, is responsible for regulating and managing the frequency and quality of world expositions. BIE currently has 152 member nations. Since London held the first World Expo in 1851, these events have achieved a history of 157 years, from the initial stage of commodity display and exchange to the current promotion of new technologies and living ideas. World Expos have been actively responding to major issues in human development and serving as important platforms to promote world exchange and cooperation. Many of society's prevailing ideas and behaviors have started with the World Expo. For example, the Eiffel Tower was a landmark built for France for its 1889 World Expo, and inventions like the light bulb, telephone, sewing machine, steam engine, and escalator were all made public through the World Expos. Today, World Expos have increasingly become important stages for the world's people to review history, exchange wisdom, cooperate, and look forward. They are regarded as Olympic events in the field of economy, culture, science, and technology. Such events have long-lasting and deep influences for the host nation's economic and social development. Exhibition forms have been evolving for many years. In today's World Expos, contents on display will center on the current Expo theme, and venues will include theme pavilions, national pavilions, international organization pavilions, and corporate pavilions. Expo participants can plan, design, and build their pavilions according to their own cultural background and understanding of the Expo theme. Theme pavilions are normally built by the host nation. During the World Expo, there will also be large-scale events, including participant days, art performances, festivals, and forums. In addition to normal exhibitions, world leaders will attend celebration days of their own country's pavilions. Performances and pageants, organized by the participating countries, will also tour the Expo's site. China is a country with a love for international exchanges and an aspiration for world peace. During its reform and opening up, it has long dreamed of speeding up its development and increasing its contacts with other countries by means of hosting a successful and unforgettable World Exposition. On December 3, 2002, China won the honor of hosting Expo 2010 in Shanghai on the basis of fair and friendly competition at the 132nd General Assembly of the BIE in Monte Carlo, Monaco.
Shanghai en 2010.
As World Expo 2010 will be the first of its kind to be hosted in a developing country, the choice demonstrated the support of the world community to and its confidence in China's drive of reform and opening up. It was also a manifestation of the expectations of the people around the whole world for the future development of China. China has a need for the Expo, and the Expo has a need for China. World Expo 2010 Shanghai, China will create an epoch-making chapter in the history of the World Expo. Expo Shanghai is scheduled to run for 184 days, opening on May 1, 2010, and closing on October 31st. China will try to win participation by 200 countries and international organizations and attract 70 million domestic and overseas visitors. If achieved, these goals will set 2 new records in the history of the World Expo. The theme of World Expo 2010 Shanghai is Better City, Better Life. In other words, urban life will be spotlighted for the first time in the history of the World Expo. Centering on this theme, governments and people of countries around the world will demonstrate new models for the future development of cities, characterized by sound coordination between the environment and development in harmony between mankind and nature. All the pavilions of Shanghai Expo Park will be located along the banks of the Huangpu River in downtown Shanghai. A 5.28 square kilometer land space has been allotted to the Expo, with 3.28 square kilometers enclosed. In terms of land space, World Expo 2010 will be the biggest in World Expo history. The enclosed area of Expo Shanghai is divided into Zone A, B, C, D, and E. The first three, located in Pudong, cover an area of about 2.38 square kilometers. In these zones will stand the China Pavilion, the Pavilion of other countries, the Pavilions of international organizations, the Theme Pavilions, the Expo Center, and the Performance Center. Zone D and E, covering 0.9 square kilometers in West Shanghai, will house corporate pavilions, theme pavilions, and the urban best practices area. The Expo site will also include some fine historical buildings and industrial heritages with unique characteristics. The organizer of the Expo has worked out plans for the protection of all historical buildings. The total floor space of the old buildings to be preserved, renovated, and utilized will be 383,000 square meters, nearly 1/5 of the total floor space of the Expo Park. The green areas and squares planned for Expo Park will occupy about 160 hectares, or 49% of the total land space of the park. The Expo Square, the Expo Axis, the Plaza Cluster, and the pedestrian sightseeing route, and the catering and shopping outlets cover a total area of nearly 10 hectares and will provide a desirable recreational space for visitors. During Expo Shanghai, nearly 20,000 art performances and other events will be staged, including more than 100 high-end forums, theme forums, and public forums designed for participants to experience, feel, and exchange viewpoints about the theme of the Expo, namely, Better City, Better Life. The Central Committee of the CPC and the State Council have been paying great attention to the preparation for Expo 2010. During the CPC's 17th National Congress, General Secretary Hu Jintao pointed out the goal to successfully host the 2010 World Expo in Shanghai. He also said that the event is not only an important opportunity to implement the scientific outlook on development, but it is also a major propeller for the future development, so China must make good use of the event. On May 14, 2007, Premier Wen Jiabao pointed out during his inspection of the Expo site that it's the central government's decision to host the World Expo in Shanghai. And since Shanghai is China's Shanghai, it is not only Shanghai's responsibility, but also China's, to host a successful World Expo. On September 12th, Wen Jiabao chaired the State Council routine meeting and listened to progress of World Expo preparations. Expo Shanghai is a grand global event sponsored by the central government of the People's Republic of China and organized by the Shanghai Municipal Government. The leading body of the Expo is the Organizing Committee, composed of organs of the Chinese government and the Shanghai Municipal Government. The Chinese government has appointed the Commissioner General of the Chinese government to the Expo. The Executive Committee serves as the working body of the Organizing Committee. The Bureau of Shanghai World Expo Coordination, meanwhile, serves as the organizer of the Expo under the guidance of the Organizing Committee and Executive Committee of the Expo.